between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Well, they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Quarterback never stared down the receiver, but he kept his eyes downfield until he found that open window as that crossing route finds and beat zone coverage.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st down, Hurts. He's got Smith again. And they get this down to the 28. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Here's another carry for Barkley, who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing to begin, it's Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this defense, they have come to play here. They're starting this game physical, flying to the ball. They are defending every blade of grass, and they're letting these guys know early on, if you come in our area, you better be ready to play through contact.
Second and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's taken in. Calcaterra's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's 1st and 10. Hurts again. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. To throw is Hurts. He's got it at about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. To throw is Hurts. He's got his big tight end. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. Right to the air, here's Goff. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
So sometimes the best way to defend some of these physical receivers and tight ends is to bring the fight right to them, is to get up, challenge them, contact, dislodge the ball. And now listen, that's easier said than done, but as we just saw, if you can do it, it works wonders.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. A dive, but he let him too much. It's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it'll be 3rd down.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks, but right now it's been a lot of double coverage, it's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra gives the Lions a 1st down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cooper DeJean. And it's a big return. He's finally tackled right near midfield. Hurts looking to throw on first down. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. It's second down. Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. Third down coming up. To throw is Hurts. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with first and 10. To the air again. Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goedert. He's got it again. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
From the 23, here's second and 1. Hurts will try it again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
The Lions call their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Again, Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goedert. And he's in! Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Elliott on now for the PAT. Oh, this a push. He missed it. No good. And that'll keep the score right where it is. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Gibbs. Inside the 30. And he is all the way down near the 20-yard line. A long one from Gibbs. 42 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
3rd down and 9. Off the play fake, here's Goff. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll take this one in. Rock right. Touchdown, Lions.
So by nature, Mike, you know I am a guy that is generally aggressive on 4th down, but I'm not sure if I was the coach that I would even be this aggressive. I mean, it was 4th and long, but hey, listen. They have confidence in their offense. They have confidence in their group. And, hey, who are we to second-guess them?
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. And he missed the extra point. No good on the try. And this one stays a 7-point game. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. On first down, it's Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Hurts. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. He'll push forward here, down to about the 27. Andrew Makuba up from his safety spot to make the stop. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Williams in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Laporta in motion. From the gun, it's Goff. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
This one caught at the 4. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back with the 2nd half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. On first down, it's Goff. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
On second down, Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Now Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll take this down inside the 35. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets them another first down. Here's Goff. That's caught. It's Isaac to Slav. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Throwing, Goff. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down. Goff to throw. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on downs. On first down, it's Hurts. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They do a really nice job defensively there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
So throughout the course of the game now, we've seen this big tight end really have his way with the defense. But I think now after that play, the big hit, the forced incompletion, at least now there's a message being sent. As he gets back in the huddle, he's going to get a lot more opportunities, but just know there's going to be contact every time that ball's thrown your way.
And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Now he'll work his way out right. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
More often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. and he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Zach Baugh, the All-Pro, makes the stop. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Goff. And he'll take it on in. Rock right. Touchdown, Detroit. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Bates now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions will even the score here in the 3rd. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Saquon Barkley. He'll work forward for a couple. Brian Branch in on the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, they need 7. Hurts. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can. And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on downs. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Goff. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The third quarter has come to an end. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Goff. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
Williams in motion. A run here with Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Goff to throw. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. To throw is Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On first down, it's Hurts. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Another try, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Philadelphia.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll drop to throw. And it'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They'll come up now for second down. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll find his tight end, Calcaterra. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On third down, here's Hurts. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
That one caught by Smith. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. And we'll get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 65 yards. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. And now we've got a man a little jumpy here. Maybe trying to block the extra point. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he slings one that's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Hurts sets up to throw it. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goedert. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Hurts looking to change the play. On play action, they'll throw. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Jackson now. Now a run here off the RPO. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
There's Bateman reeling in the comeback throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll try to do it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. Because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. If people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. They'll set up to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 1 from the 2. Now back to throw. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. They'll throw 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that brings up 4th and long. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. Snap is off. It's Prescott. He's looking deep once again. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead right away. George Pickens the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Brian Schottenheimer wants his guys to get 2 more here. Prescott's going to throw for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. I get this. I understand the temptation here, partner. Trying to follow up one big play with another, but they can't do it. They're stopped on the 2-point try.
Yeah, oftentimes, if you score on a home run, I'm sure you're emboldened to believe you're just going to get the 2 points. Well, it's not quite that simple. And I'll tell you what else you've now done, Kate. After demoralizing that defense with the big play, you've given them a little life with that stop.
Could have been 7 if they'd tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Hurts now from the gun. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. On the move, past the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
New set of downs from the 37. On first down, Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So it's second down coming up.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. It's Hurts once again. Hauled in by Goedert, left side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. Working inside the red zone. That's Dotson with a catch out right. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
Hurts yet again. Has it down close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles find an answer with their opening drive. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles literally won up that opening touchdown drive, huh? As they take a 7-6 lead here. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to the link right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at 3rd and still 10 here. Taking a deep shot here. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. They're going for this with Prescott. That is caught. He's got Lamb. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. What a play on 4th down. Give him the first after a gain of 27.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes thrown into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
They go with Williams on the counter. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays. But as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. But I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body. Keep working that body. Keep working that body. And eventually you could take the will away from your opponent.
This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure coming, and they take him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. They're down to their final 1 in this half. And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. They do snap it. Here's Prescott. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Throwing here, Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. 1st and 10 from the 43. Back to throw, Hurts. Dump off caught by his back. This one doesn't get much, down to the 41. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
Now Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they're going to have 1st and goal. He's out of bounds just shy of that 5-yard line. They get 35 out of that play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
From the red zone on 1st. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Hurts throwing again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover. First and 10 from the 32. Here's Williams to start the drive. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Short pass brought in. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down. From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. George Pickens the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement whenever they take a deep shot, and it's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
Brian Schottenheimer wants his guys to get 2 more here. All right, they're going to throw for it. Caught at the 2. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Sent to return it. Here's Will Shipley. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And this one spits out a little shy of midfield. They're going to be in enemy territory to begin this possession. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. First down, here's Dak. Hits him on the out route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Prescott set to pass. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Hurts on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They gain 11 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. New set of downs from the 37. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Continuing to move past the 45. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. They go to Barkley again. And he takes this to the 38, so it's going to be 3rd and very short.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Connects on the crosser. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Second and 10. Need something positive here. Hurts now from the gun. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. Hurts yet again. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Nick Sirianni telling his offense they're going for it. 2-point attempt coming. It's Hurts once again. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
Oh, that's such a good feeling as a quarterback on an RPO, and you get to hand it, and you get to watch him take off. You know if you take advantage in the RPO game of a run like that, it only makes the pass that much better.
1st down from the 42. Another run for Williams. And that's a key stop defensively, Brock. Gonna need more of those as they trail by a score. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's gonna be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
This is caught inside the 15. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys push this to an 8-point game. George Pickens the touchdown. His third through the air this game. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that. Here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. So this would potentially ice the game right here. They're going for 2 and trying to make it a 2-possession game. Prescott's going to throw for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Shipley now to return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. That's Smith on the slant. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. A gain of 15 there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. Throwing here hurts. He's got Smith again. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles, 8 points behind. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. To throw. That's caught for the first. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Saquon Barkley, the intended target. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. And again, it's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions. It made this 3rd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Looking to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Pass complete to Goddard. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down, too.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Savon Revel with the pick.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, you want to know how crazy your partner is next to you? I would love to take a fan right out of these stands and put them there on that play, just so they could feel what a 5-yard run feels like. Because it may not look like anything on the stat sheet, but I promise you, if the average person felt the pain of what a 5-yard gain was, they'd have a whole new perspective.
The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Williams. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he has the Cowboys' 1st down, Brock, and that should clinch this win for him. Give him 5 on the play, and that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And, partner, I know you took down plenty of division